My sense of smell came back, and I could breathe now properly even at night through both my nostrils, which wasn't happening before. Hi, my name is Winnie Jabek, and I am here at Prodigy ENT Clinic to give a testimony. I think for the past 3 years, or even 4 years, I had flare-ups with my sinuses, and they started roughly around 2021. I started sneezing when it's cold, a running nose. Went to an ENT. Of course, they told me I have some allergic sinus thing going on, gave me some nasal drops, and I went on my way. And that's how I tried managing it for like a year. But then it started getting worse. Like the nasal drops weren't really effective. But I didn't really pay so much attention to it. 2 years down the line, now my sense of smell started disappearing. Again, I didn't think that much of it. I just thought it was a cold. And then when I'd get a cold, I go to hospital. They're like, yeah, you just need to go on this spray, and they give me this medication and you'll be fine. So that went on for roughly 3 years, up until last year, when the effects started getting worse. So my sense of smell completely disappeared. I started wheezing when it's really cold. I started coughing every day from 6 p.m. when it gets cold, uncontrollably, to the point even where my chest can constrict. And yeah, of course, I had like a perpetual cold every now and then. So I first went to a pulmonologist who gave me the inhalers to manage the symptoms, and I was told, oh, it's a normal thing, you're at that age where it's just people start getting these allergies, so it's just something that you'll be managing. I was like, okay, great. So this year though is when I think things got worse. So things got worse to the point where I wasn't sleeping properly. I would wake up like in the middle of the night, like either I think run out of breath or something, go back to sleep. Then my nose now completely got fully blocked to the point now I was only able to breathe through my mouth. So at work, I had shared this with a colleague, and a colleague was like, okay, why don't you try Prodigy ENT? Because her child had also had similar issues, and they came here, and she vouched for the doctor. So I booked an appointment and came. The first session was just giving the doctor my history, what has happened and what has led me here. Of course, they listened very carefully, probed everything I said, every symptom that I came up with. Then they advised that I need to do an X-ray for them to see the lay of the land around my sinuses, so that they can properly diagnose, although they already had an inkling, but I guess for doctors you need evidence backed. And they told me the first likely solution would be surgery. So of course I was very apprehensive because of historical people I knew who'd gone through surgery for this issue. It didn't go very well, but anyway. So when they did an X-ray, came back, they looked through, they're like, yeah, you have polyps that have now grown, and they have now blocked even your sense of smell, and they've really grown to the point now it's really affecting even your way of life. Now, the reason maybe why I also hadn't come earlier was because I never used to get these splitting headaches that people usually get when they have this issue. So I just thought I'm just going through a phase and maybe historically from family wise we have this asthma issue, so it was just something that I need to manage. But they told me no, this is not normal, considering for me I wasn't born with asthma. It's something that was triggered when I'm an adult. So therefore, it can be treated. It should be treated, and I would look forward to a better way of life than I was with previously. So yeah, so we then agreed, set a date for the surgery. Dr. Wahome was the one who walked me through this whole process, and he's the one who did my surgery. We went, he did it very well. From post-operation, I could tell it was a very delicate surgery, so I'm very grateful he took up this case as well, and he was able to do it very well. So post-surgery, my healing process took roughly two to 3 weeks, with regular bi-weekly checkups. I think right now I'm 2 to 3 months post-surgery, and now we're doing maybe a checkup after every month or so. Recovery process wasn't painful. It was actually okay. I think it was just the toll of the surgery on me, but other than that, everything has been okay. My sense of smell came back, and I could breathe now properly even at night through both my nostrils, which wasn't happening before. Of course, I'm now sleeping properly. I'm not waking up during the night. My nose is clear. And yeah, I now have an improved, can I say, way of life? Because clearly before I was suffering, now I'm not. I'm now enjoying cooking, like the smells. I'm enjoying perfumes. Scents basically are now my thing, because clearly I wasn't smelling and now I'm smelling. But yeah, I think that's all I can say about what I have gone through and how Prodigy ENT, and especially Dr. Wahome, have come through for me.